everyone, welcome to this video. It's me, Lewis, by now. If you're watching this video, you should know who I am, founder of Numa Collective. And today I've got my client Gigi in the hot seat. Thank you for your time today, Gigi. How are you?
Very well, thank you, Lewis.
Perfect. And we've got Gigi on the Zoom today to have a quick chat about her experience working with Numa Collective. So before we dive into your experience of working with us and what we've helped you achieve inside of your business, just tell us a little bit about who you are and what you do as a coach and all that sort of stuff.
So now I've really kind of streamed into helping kind of high performing women, busy mums, basically kind of take control back of their life in terms of fitness, in terms of body confidence, and in terms of gut health. Those are my three big kind of issues at the moment. And yeah, that's what I do. And I seem to be, really becoming a lot more confident with that now.
So we've obviously been working together since sort of January, February sort of time. Just tell the people watching, what, if you can even remember that far back, and a lot's changed since then. What were things like inside of your business before working with us, and what made you kind of want to work with us?
So basically, I think one of the things for me was that I knew that I had a product. I knew that I had a service that worked to get out there. But for me, basically, it was how do I, reach the right type of people, the right type of clients that I know that I can work with? Where do I find them? How can I get started to talk to them? How can I get them to trust me? Basically, how can I improve my reach outs, really?
So in a situation where you knew you could change people's lives, but you weren't getting the opportunity to actually do that at a scale that you wanted to, right?
Exactly.
Awesome. So fast forward to now, just 4 or 5 months later, how are things going?
Really well, really well, actually. I mean, in terms of, I thought it would take me a lot longer to kind of reach an area where I really feel happy with the way things are going, in terms of, waking up in the morning and thinking, okay, how do I find my client? I don't really have that issue anymore at all. I feel like a lot of people are just kind of in my space really now, which is amazing, and I just never thought that it would happen so quickly.
For the record, it doesn't go as quickly for everyone as it has done for Gigi. Yours literally, like, we switched things on and it went fucking mental, didn't it? Like straight out.
Yeah, I mean, it really did. I had to ask you if that was normal. But yeah, honestly, it's been pretty amazing, and to be able to be that lucky to have it happen so quickly, I think with your help and your expertise is amazing.
I think pretty much instantaneously we had, like, your cost per lead was like 20 pence, which is the cheapest I've seen in the fitness space since I was running ads like 4 or 5 years ago. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's
like, and you didn't have a massive budget that we were running ads on either. If you had a big budget, mate, we'd have probably blown up Facebook. You probably had about 20 people coming into your group a day, didn't you? Like,
I did. It was pretty overwhelming, and it kind of still is. Every time I look at my phone, I've got another lead and another lead, and it's just literally in 3 weeks it just exploded, and I didn't know that. I mean, I remember once before I was speaking to a lady right at the beginning of not this course, another course, and she was telling me how she had something like 500 people in a Facebook group. For me, I'd be like, how the hell do you do something like that, But now, with your help, we've managed to nearly get there, so it's incredible, and it's still going smoothly.
So you're never having to worry about your next conversation, your next call getting booked, all that sort of stuff. So let's talk about last month and how that went.
I mean, even just last week was my best week in life, basically. So last week was an amazing week for me, and it was I think I hit something like 5-7 in just the 1 week. I know that I had a target for the month, and I know that this week I'm gonna actually probably hit that target halfway through, so that would be completely impossible for me before, like completely impossible. But it's amazing because once you have the systems in place and you actually see how things start to work, you start to see what's possible, and that kind of mind-blowing moment is you just see what's possible for yourself, and it's amazing, really.
Yeah, so 5,700 in 1 week, and your goal for the month is another 10k month, and you're going to hit it probably this week.
Yeah,
and it's the 13th of the month for everyone watching.
Yeah, it really is mad. You hear about coaches doing crazy numbers and figures, but actually when you start to take on the steps and learn the processes, and they're really important to grasp, you really find that it's actually not, I'm not going to say easy, it's work, but it's manageable, it's doable.
Yeah, and I'm watching you kind of grow over the last like 4 or 5 months. I've definitely seen you come out of your shell as not just a coach, but as a leader, as a business owner. Confidence, I can see, like, popping on just before we hit record. I'm buzzing, man. It's great to see. like you're asking me more about how can we get in, can I get into the app? Can I get involved more? I want to do
Yeah,
some of this, I want to do
yeah,
some of that. So you're figuring out
yeah,
what you like
yeah,
inside of your business and
yeah,
taking a charge with it. And it's
definitely.
great, mate. So it's not just the revenue, it's as a whole, mate. Your business in you as a person, you're evolving as well. And it's
Thanks, Lewis. Yeah, no, it's amazing to actually feel that change of journey in such a small space of time, and kind of growing confidence as well for me, I think is amazing.
100%. So let's quickly touch on how Numa Collective has helped you actually hit a
Oh,
record month, hit a record week. What have we actually done for you? Share what you think of us, basically. Is what I
yeah,
ask.
no, for sure. So basically, in a lot of different ways. For me, it takes me a long time, if you like, to really to grasp something. I really want to learn the insides and outsides of something before I kind of put myself out there. It's really important for me, the quality. But knowing that you and your team were able to maybe take some of the pressure off for me, I was very much able to spend a lot more time and a lot of other elements of my business that were really important to me, like client fulfillment, client retention, all of these things that you can't forget about when you're running a business like this. But that's not to say that I don't want to not learn about those things. You as well, with your kind of coaching and time, you help me kind of learn what those elements are and help me trying to bring those qualities out as well. I understand everything, it's like I don't want to be kind of a business person that doesn't understand something. So you help me, and I get clarity with you guys as well. And with the stuff that you guys provide, I kind of look over it and I'm like, oh wow, amazing, that's how that works, that's amazing. And then it all starts to piece together so much easier because you guys just don't know what you're doing and know what works.
Well, that's the thing. When you get your personal training qualification, you only really learn one thing, and that's how to take a mediocre PT session. You don't learn how to market your business, how to sell your business.
I
You
mean,
don't even
yeah.
learn anything about online at all. And online and in the gym is two very. Like you had a very successful in the gym situation. Online, completely different ball game, isn't it? Completely different.
Yeah, completely. And I think as well with you as well, it's like I mean, say for example, things like content. Anyone can write content, maybe perhaps, but it's kind of just the language, how to really angle something, how to communicate with someone, how can you stand out from the rest of the people scrolling along your page and stuff. It's just small things like that, really attention to a lot of detail that makes a lot of difference too.
Yeah.
Targeting the right niche as well, because people are like, oh, okay, they're really relating to the kind of language that you're talking about with the content as far as that's regarding as well.
Yeah, 100%. And that's the key. It's dialing it in and getting it in your stuff in front of the right people is what makes the biggest difference. Gigi, thanks for those kind words and for sharing your situation and your experience with us. Just to wrap things up, someone that's watching this call or this video is thinking, is this going to work for me? It might work, I'm not sure. What do I do? What would you say to them if they were sat right in front of you saying, should I work with Numa Collective?
I mean, I know what it feels like. You're always kind of, because sometimes you don't have much of a budget, but sometimes you've just got to jump right in, and you've just got to, if you really want to do this and you really want to be successful, you've just got to do everything you can and trust the people that know the process, which I did full-heartedly, and I'm really, really pleased that I did, because I mean, literally in a matter of 3 weeks, things started to change immediately for me, and it was like, okay, that's amazing. So I would definitely not hold back. Do not be scared, do not be doubtful, and just go for it.
Awesome. Thanks, Gigi. Thanks so much for your time, mate. I appreciate everything that you've shared with us today. Thanks a lot.
No worries at all, Lewis. Thanks so much for your help.